The ocean, once a realm of endless blue and silent majesty, is changing faster than ever before. For centuries, it has absorbed our heat, our carbon, and our stories, quietly protecting life on Earth. But as the planet warms, the ocean tells a new story, one of transformation, struggle, and resilience. Climate change has not just shifted the temperature of the seas, it has rewritten the very rhythm of marine life. In the early decades of the industrial age, carbon from factories and engines found its way into the air, and from the air into the water. The ocean became the Earth's great sponge, absorbing nearly a third of all human-made CO2. At first, this invisible exchange went unnoticed. But beneath the surface, chemistry was changing. The water grew more acidic, its pH slowly falling. Coral reefs, once the color and heartbeat of tropical seas, began to fade. Tiny plankton, the foundation of the food web, struggled to form shells. Entire ecosystems trembled, not from storm or predator, but from invisible chemistry. As global temperatures rose, so did the sea. Glaciers melted, expanding the ocean's reach, while currents that once carried nutrients began to shift. Warm water crept into once cold regions, changing the migration of whales, the spawning of fish, and the timing of plankton blooms. Predators followed prey into unfamiliar waters, and once stable ecosystems became entangled in a new web of survival. The Arctic, once locked in ice, now echoed with the sounds of waves, a blue desert emerging where white once ruled. Beneath the surface, coral reefs faced a quiet war. When the heat stayed too long, corals expelled the symbiotic algae that fed them, turning ghostly white, and underwater forests suddenly stripped bare. These bleaching events became global, repeating year after year. The Great Barrier Reef, once a living mosaic, became a record of resilience and loss, a symbol of how warming waters rewrite entire worlds. But change did not end with loss. Some species adapted. Sea turtles shifted their nesting grounds. Certain fish learned to thrive in warmer seas. Mangrove forests expanded their roots, acting as both shelter and shield. Scientists discovered new alliances forming in unlikely places. Corals bonding with heat-tolerant algae, and kelp forests regrowing where destruction once spread. Life, it seemed, would bend before it broke. The human story is deeply tied to these waters. Billions rely on the ocean for food and livelihood. And coastal communities now face rising tides, eroding shores, and shifting fisheries. Yet hope emerges in innovation and restoration. Artificial reefs now rise where natural ones have crumbled. Marine sanctuaries protect fragile ecosystems. Ships once powered by fossil fuel are being replaced by wind-driven and electric fleets. Around the world, scientists, divers, and communities fight not to dominate the ocean, but to understand and protect it. Technology reveals what the naked eye cannot. Satellite networks track coral recovery, AI models predict migration shifts, and underwater drones explore new depths where change unfolds unseen. These innovations turn data into action, offering humans the chance to become guardians, not just observers. Still, the ocean story remains uncertain. As storms intensify and sea levels climb, each wave carries a reminder. The health of the ocean mirrors the health of humanity. The water that feeds the clouds, sustains the fish, and regulates our climate is not separate from us. The ocean breathes for the planet, and every degree of warming changes its song. And yet hope endures in the shimmer of a coral regrowing, the sight of whales returning to once silent bays, and the sound of waves still crashing against the shore. The story of climate change and the ocean is not just one of loss. It is a lesson in balance, responsibility, and the power of life to adapt. Beneath the rising tide lies the same truth that has guided the seas for millions of years. Change is inevitable, but survival depends on harmony.